Hello ladies and gentlemen, Fraser McKenzie here, racer in the Formula 2 division for Talk of the Devil, and welcome to this week's edition of the TOTD show. Now, apologies for not having an episode last week. There's been a lot going on behind the scenes right now, and there's been a big announcement, which I was going to do a separate video on it earlier in the week, but I decided against that and decided to keep it for this instead. So what's happening is, well, let's just get it out of the way first. The announcement of for those that have been with us from the start will know that towards the tail end of season 1, it was announced at the Brazilian Grand Prix, to be specific, thanks to the boss Callum Harrod being on commentary with me for that race. The announcement being that we were partnering with the Extreme Racing League, which is run by the boss of the XRL, Cesar Lopez. And now that the league has been firmly established, the league's been firmly established. There's no longer a partnership between the TOTD and XRL. But the details that I got from Callum regarding all this, I spoke to him alongside some of the admins over the last couple of days, just to clear the air with a few things. There was speculation from the XRL roster that there was a partnership forming between Total Impact Racing and TOTD. That is not the case. There's no partnership whatsoever. They're just collaborating for these events that they're doing together every couple of weeks, when you've got TOTD versus TIR. That's the only time that those two leagues are actually together for events, if that makes sense. But there is no official partnership between Total Impact Racing and Talk of the Devil. Just making that clear. Callum confirmed this. There's no partnership between the two leagues. However, the rosters as they stand will remain unaffected. Those that are racing for both leagues, TOTD and XRL, both leagues will be allowed to keep their rosters. But as far as those that don't race for both leagues, if you've got a driver that's racing for TOTD, they can't join XRL at the same time, and vice versa. Though, if you've got an XRL racer wanting to join TOTD, that can't happen. And as far as commentary for myself is concerned, the commentary will remain unaffected, so you'll still hear me commentating for the Extreme Racing League Division 1 on Sunday nights, and I'll still be racing in X3 as well. I'll still be racing in the Formula 2 division for TOTD as well, so that gave me a bit of reassurance that the changes aren't that drastic. It's just the partnership was established between Talk of the Devil and Extreme Racing League to get XRL off the ground, and now that they're midway through season 2, and the possibility of expanding further, who knows where they'll go from here. But anyway, the statements here. From earlier in the week. As you may know, This is the announcement from Extreme Racing Leagues. I'll read the announcement from TOTD shortly. Important announcement from the Extreme Racing Leagues. As you may know, Extreme Racing Leagues and Talk of the Devil have been partnered since last season. Unfortunately, our visions for the future of our leagues are different now from what they were before, and that's why we decided to break the small link that existed within our leagues starting from when the announcement was made, which was earlier this week. We wish TOTD the best of luck in this new adventure. Right, so the first time we heard about this was from Joe Newman himself. He posted in the group chat for Talk of the Devil saying, says, and I quote, "As everyone is aware, TOTD and XRL Extreme have had a link for some time now, but as we've both grown, we have different visions for our futures as racing leagues and more. Effective immediately, we are no longer official partners with XRL Extreme Racing League, but wish them all the best. This means no change for drivers in both leagues, but more details will come soon." And the official announcement here it is. As you may have seen yesterday, again, this is from Joe Newman. This was on the 22nd, which was this past Wednesday. News broke on Tuesday. The announcement was made on Wednesday. As you may have seen yesterday, Talk of the Devil and Extreme Racing Leagues have decided to end any official partnership effective immediately. Following this decision, we would ask all members to gratefully adhere to the following. No advertising any other league events, streams or socials in TOTD channels that aren't TOTD related, unless an admin does so. This also means no recommending or recruiting drivers to another league as well. And no trash talking XRL in any of the official TOTD public channels. We still wish them all the best in their future endeavours. So it was a mutual agreement. From the sounds of it, it was a mutual agreement to go their separate ways. Because again, both leagues firmly established now. Both leagues firmly established, and this is only gonna mean bigger things in the future for both leagues. So from next week, folks, I won't be. This week I'm not going to be doing anything related to like the championship standings or previewing the race. This is just a video going through what's happened as far as this announcement is concerned. Callum also mentioned about a media person being involved in TOTD from next season. Now, what that means, we're not sure yet, but we'll wait and see. But what you guys can expect over the next few weeks in the build-up to the season finale is that I am going to be putting together highlight reels for each race that is up on the respective YouTube channels. So Extreme Racing League will have their own highlight reels, and there will also be highlight reels for the TOTD races for not just Formula 1, but Formula 2 at the same time. So it's going to be exciting stuff to see those highlight reels finally come together, something I should have been doing from the start of the season, but that's beside the point. But nevertheless, like I said, expect highlight reels over the next few weeks to get people ready for Season 4 of TOTD, which will start in about 3 months from now. So, and the new season will start on the brand new F1 2020 game, which got announced just last week. I've just placed my pre-order for the Schumacher edition. So you'll be getting my thoughts on that probably next week when I do next week's episode of the TOTD show. But what we're looking at is potentially getting a podcast set up. So that'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But yeah, the official release date for F1 2020, July 10th, and the new season will start 2 weeks later. And there will be preseason tests for TOTD as well. So there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up, folks. We've got Season 4 on the horizon. We've got a new game. There's a lot of excitement. Like I say, the Schumacher edition I've pre-ordered. That will be coming out on the 7th of July. And I'll be sharing all the details that we know so far have already been announced, and I'll go through all that in next week's show. And I might try and get Callum on board to get his thoughts on what these new features mean for the league. But that is it this week, folks. We're going to be heading to Monza this evening for the Italian Grand Prix. Stephen Harrison and Adrian Solomon are both leading their respective championships. And of course, after tonight, I think it's after tonight, it'll be round 14. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's after tonight that negotiations can start in regards to contracts for the final leg of the season, which will be 6 races: Singapore, Russia, Japan, Mexico, USA, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. Oh, I've just realised I just included Singapore because that'll be 7 races. But anyway, Italy this evening, folks. In the meantime, we'll see you guys. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you guys out on track 8 p.m. UK time. Until then, bye-bye for now.